Okay, it's time for test results once again. And you know what? I'm starting to gather knives for another test batch, actually. But I'm excited to talk about this batch. This is interesting. Let's talk about, and the main thing for this is Magnacut. Magnacut is was the main focus of me doing this, okay? And then I go, oh, I don't have that many knives, and I looked around, pawed around for some others just to throw in, okay? So I did that, okay? So we got some odd fellows here, but we got some really interesting things to talk about as far as testing. And of course, we do the XRF analysis, which gives us composition, which tells us, is it really the steel that they say it is, okay? And then they get stabbed to determine the hardness level, okay, of the blade. So you want to know, and I do too, and I think it's interesting. And it's probably self-defeating for me to do this because if it points out a manufacturer that's kind of weak on their stuff, don't worry, I will never get a sample of their wares again. That kind of thing. You just slit your own throat, but that's okay. Because I want to know, I'm curious, and you guys always send me at least $1,500 to $2,000 every time I do this. Okay, I'm lying. Okay, let's talk about some knives. Let's talk about the EMPEDC Pulse. I think I was talking about the Pulse the other day, and I called it the Impulse. Impulse. But okay. Hey, I have my moments. And that was a Maalox moment, apparently. So this is the Pulse, and this is the Pulse. I got both of these knives from a buddy of mine who's a viewer and a Patreon member and everything like that. And so he sent them to me, and he goes, I'm kind of curious. These are Magnacut, and they're OEM by Bestech, and, And so, and I go, you want me to take them apart, take the blade out or something for testing? And he goes, I don't care. So what I did is I left the blade in on this one here. Some of these I took the blades out. And this one I took the blade out on this one, on this Pulse here. Okay. And then these are both mine. The ARNO Bernard, I got to do a video on these, like Chris REEVE INKOSI versus ARNO Bernard IMAMBA, right? Because they are really cool, and they're both obviously people of South African origin, descent, whatever. So, but let's start this, and then we've got the Gladiator from AMEIGHT or Migaron or whatever you want to call it. We've got this one, which some of you guys might, turn your noses up at, unfortunately, but this is also OEM'd by Bestech, and it is TACCOM, TAKCOM. Now, they also have a website called TACKNives, which is TACKNIVES. So check out either one of those, but the TACCOM has the high-end Bestech, knives on it, and the TACKNives has other brands and other things, okay? So, including Remet, including that gravity knife, right? Okay, so let's go on. EMPEDC Pulse, and I took the blade out, okay? So I took the blade out, so the poke marks are in there, I put it back together, okay? And here is the results of this, okay? There's the Pulse, and is it Magnacut? Yes, it's Magnacut. There's your vanadium, chromium, all the goodies, right? It's Magnacut, but here's the poke. 63.5, 63.6. Bing, 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 bing. That's going to make you feel pretty decent, doesn't it? I think there were the buddies that I've already told these results to. They were like, wow, okay, this is interesting. Tell me more. And I got so excited. See, I moved my stand and just kicked my tripod around. And then okay, here's the other Pulse. And so this pulse, yeah, it's got the stab on it. Okay, 2 stabs. Here's the results, okay? It is vanadium, chromium, you know, and moly, it's blah, 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 okay? So 63.7, 63.7, wow. But it's, oh, you know, it's best tag. OEM by best tag, here and here, you know. What can I say? Yes, it's Magnacut. Yes, it's 63.7. Bang, bang, both hits, clear out here. All right. Wow. So, didn't want to hold you up too long. Oh, this I threw in just as an also ran extra, you know, because this is TACRAY, which is, let me wipe it off of my shirt, 9 TI EDC, but it's VG10. It's VG10, right? It's on, I'm kind of curious, you know, is it VG10? And if so, how hard is it? You know, these are those kind of kitchen, button lock kitchen knives I was talking about. And so I like the guys at 9 TI. They're cool. And the TACRAY, they're all part of that stuff. So what about this one? Well, here's the TACRAY. There's your vanadium, chromium, all the stuff in it, right? Yes, it's VG10. And there's your, that's pretty good. 61, almost a 62 on VG10, and a 61.1. That's a weird, you know, that you're going 0.8 difference. You usually like can see maybe a 0.4, 0.5 between stabs, but this is a 0.8. So a little unusual there, but still, I'll take the 61.1. I don't care. I mean, that's not bad for VG10. So, okay, I'm happy with that. Oh, and then let's drop over here to the Barracuda. And of course, this is TACCOM Barracuda with Magnacut on here. And so, you know, I mean, I think I had some kind of naysayers going, yeah. Okay. So let's test it. And I did. I took the blade out of it. I sent it in because I didn't want marks on my freaking blade. No, I took the blade out. I had to put a bunch of knives back together because I took the blade out of this and the ARNO Bernard, and that was about it. Okay. Other than the EMPEDC thing. So, TACCOM Barracuda. What are we talking about? Move. TACCOM Barracuda. Yes, you look at the stuff, 3.9 vanadium, blah, 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 Magnacut, is it Magnacut? Yeah. 63.8, 63.4. Just saying, okay? Obviously, Bestech has got their shite together as far as hitting these marks on Magnacut. And it's surprising to me. I really expected to see maybe 61 and a half. I really didn't expect to even see 62. But to see 63.6 and 7, I was surprised. I was pleasantly surprised. Okay. Whoa. I should have saved this for last, but I didn't. I got this from a guy who sent it in to me, and he was thinking about putting it on the website. And I said, you know, I have been looking. I've been waiting, not looking for, but waiting for about the last 2.5 years for a standard, a large INKOSI drop point plane. I didn't want inlays, blah, blah, blah. And then this has got Magnacut. And it came in for the sale, and I go, you know what, I want to buy it. So I just bought it straight off of him, to hell with it. And now I have finally got, this is like the Model 25, right? Back when they made that. So large INKOSI, you know. And of course, so I took it apart, and it's nice. It'll smooth out in time. It'll be more droppy, but right now it feels nice and smooth. I put some more of that crazy grease on it that they give you in the box, right? When I put it back together. But this is Magnacut, my friends. And so what did it do? You want to know? I know I did. I did. So here we are down at the end of the page. Vanadium, chromium, we're all in, and 64 right on the nuts. And then 64.2. Yeah, I hear the crowds cheering, cheering. That is great. Who was I talking to? Who was I DMing through Instagram that was saying, whew, for the batches that they do, that's really good control. That is really freaking good control on that. They are hitting that baby awesome. And so, yeah, I mean, this here is a caper. That's for sure. It's a caper. Long-term caper for me. This is like one of those, am I going to chase a bunch more Chris Reeve knives? No. I got this. I'm happy. I'm done. I'm good. Okay, I don't need the inlays. I don't need a small one. I don't need a Tanto. I got this, and I am happy with this. But this will be right down to the last, like, 10 knives in my collection. You know, if this goes, I'm in trouble. I'm flying the American flag upside down or something if this goes, okay? So, just saying. No. That there? Yeah, and that was another one I was going to bring to Atlanta with me. I'm going to put that in. I got to make note of that. I'm going to bring that one with me. Then, hold on. Should we talk about the Arno Bernard? God dang it. Are you the next one? Yeah, he is the next one. Okay. The IMAMBA. Okay. Now, this is not Magnacut, although I wouldn't put it past him that he's probably already working on that or some Magnacut, you know, IMAMBAs or knives. This I got from my buddy who lives out in Cape Coral, Sean, and he got this last year in Atlanta, and I go, where do you get that? And he goes, no, he's out of them now, but I got this one. It's like, you snuck off, you bought it out from underneath me, you're a lowlife, and now he sold it to me the other day, so oh man, this is nice. Now this is nice, and we will do a video on this one, but this, so this is RWL 34. Okay, and what kind of bone? Kudu bone inlay. I think it's kudu. But RWL 34. So this is not Magnacut, okay? But bing, 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 vanadium, of course not real high on, you know, on RWL. 61.3. Both times. Bang, bang. Okay? 61.3 on RWL 34. That's good. That's good. That's Hale and Hardy right there. That is nice. And it's got a mirror-ish blade on it, doesn't it? Oh, man, this is flashy. This is flashy. So, I mean, you can see making that comparison between, you know, he goes, you need to do a head-to-head like INKOSI versus IMAMBA. But, you know, they both got their charm. I mean, have one of each, you know, or whichever way you want to go. I mean, this is definitely more fidget friendly. This is, you know, this and this and this and whatever. So, I mean, this is all up to you. But I think I will do a video at some point in time with both of them, weigh them off, you know, and just kind of talk about the different aspects. But both wonderful and both well done knives. Then the next one, we're going to go walk of shame here. This one was really disappointing, the Gladiator, and I really thought this was reminiscent of another knife, but that I had seen before, only because of these lines in the handle like this. The one that has the Terravanium or whatever kind of blades and stuff, but not really. The handle is different, and the blade shape is definitely different, but it had a little bit of resemblance to it. But this is S90V, okay? And so I sent this in for testing, and you know, it's really a good looking design. The Gladiator. Okay, so yeah, it's got S90V, right? I mean, look at the vanadium. Chromium, all that, blah, blah, blah. But look at this. It is S9. Ooh, 57.9, 58. And my buddy there at the testing facility said, I suspect that it's common to see this grade not meeting as fully. Yeah. You know what? How much S90V have you seen getting tested? I mean, if it was S90V from Spyderco, I'd have every confidence in it. But I don't know. This is starting to make me kind of wonder. And I am going to see if I can get a buddy or two to send me an S90V knife that has been like Chinese production of whoever. And just test one or two just to see if this is an anomaly or not. That's all. I'm not out on a witch hunt or anything. I'm just curious because this was so low. This was weird. Okay, the Real Steel TERRA. Good old Real Steel, man. I like Real Steel. 14C, 28N. This one's a good old handful. Really inexpensive. Nice little user knife. Is that Poltergeist Works? Yeah, it is. Okay. So, the TERRA. Ooh, another one where I don't know what went wrong. Yeah, it's 14C, 28N, but 56.957. Yeah. And he goes, I'd expect to see these numbers if it didn't have cryogenic processing. So, wow. That's strange. Now, I don't know if I'd characterize all of Real Steel stuff in this way. So, try to withhold judgment of everything on that. This is 14C. I don't know when this knife was made. So I don't know what's been changed since then. And all their knives are not 14C by a long shot. They do a lot of K110. They do a bunch of other stuff. They've done a bunch of Nitro V recently and other things like that. So hard to know, but wow, that's a bit of a letdown. And then, oh God. Oh my God. The P-Foul. The Shenzhou P-Foul. They sent me this and I got it tapped right there and there. Okay. But for some reason, it didn't seem like the fit and finish was very good. And I was having trouble with the drop. And I go, I don't think you want me to put this on my channel the way this is. It just seems like it's a little wonky and it's not quite hit the mark on, basic good fit and finish type thing. But I thought I'd send it in anyhow. And it's supposed to be D2, right? So, and here it is. But I don't think this is. And I kept thinking, well, they didn't claim anything on the blade. I'd have to look back on here and I'll put it down below. I kept thinking somewhere that I read on this it was D2, but don't quote me on that. Maybe it's supposed to be something else, like 440 or something. But here's what he said. Stainless steel, similar to 420. Would need more chemical analysis to determine the exact grade. Okay, so can't get anything from the manufacturer there either. Yeah, so that was kind of weird. 57.5, 57.4. So, yeah, we're not. Oh, please don't rush to buy a P-Foul. Okay, I'm just gonna discourage you from being too hasty to running out and grabbing one. Oh my God, just can't hold you guys back. You're so enthusiastic. And last but not least, we got the Kubarusti Kubi KU 122A Coeus, Coeus. All right, it's D2. Yeah, and they do actually say D2 proudly, and we got the bank here. See, aren't you glad this video is coming to an end? Okay. The Coeus. And what are we doing with the coeus? It's 60 on the top side. Yeah, it's doable. Definitely not an expensive knife. There's your vanadium. Vanadium's at the 0.8. Okay, yeah. Chromium's at about 12%. So yeah, it's D2. And there it is. So what do you think? What do you think? First of all, I'll tell you what I think. Bang. And this one, bang. And these three, awesomeness. And this one, very pleased, okay? This one, disappointing. This one, definitely disappointing. This one, shocked, kind of, that it didn't do better. So, wow, I don't know. There's going to be some questions. I'm going to get back with, if I can find the DM to AMEIGHT, I'll probably DM them this and just go, this is what I got. I mean, I don't know. I mean, is this a one-off or what? And that kind of thing. So, oh well. There you go. There's the stuff. I think it's interesting. I think it's worth doing. I got another batch, and I'm going to look a little deeper into this S30V from various manufacturers. And then the Magnacut was fascinating. And then I've got one or two other knives already in a box, and I can't remember what they are, but I've got them in for batch 7. This was batch 6, so of the new era, okay? Because we did like 30-something batches back in the day, right? Okay, take care. Yes, we do love them knives. You guys stay sharp.